Hi and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to take you through a very quick understanding of a color wheel and how to use it. So this is from Montmartre. I picked it up for INR 52 and it's called as the color dial. So you can see there are so many colors over here and there are some details in the back. So let's unbox this and go through what this means. So color wheel generally helps you to understand what color palette to use, what colors will go with another color, and a lot of other details about that. So if you notice over here, there are basically two circles. This is a really small version of the color wheel. And it's okay if these colors don't match, although both are yellow, but it's just for your understanding. So don't worry about it not looking exactly same. So before we come here, I'm going to just turn and give you a quick review of what information about this. So it talks about primary colors, secondary, tertiary, warm and cool colors. So if you're new to this entire thing, don't worry about it. Everything is mentioned over here. So there are basically three primary colors, which is your red, yellow and blue, which is mentioned over here. And you have your neutrals, which is the white and black. So when you move this around, what it does is it tells you that if you add, so I'm just going to do a close-up. If you see, it says orange over here and then it says a plus and red. So it tells you that if you add an orange and a red, you're going to get this slightly reddish orange. So if you cannot see a very stark difference here you will. So with a yellow, orange and a yellow, if you add, then you get this very light yellow orange, okay, like lighter than this one. And if you mix in a yellow and a blue, you're going to get this green. So that is what this is for. If you add a white to this green color, you're going to get a pastel color. And with the green, if you add a black, you're going to get a darker black. So this is what the outer wheel is going to do. If you move it around, it will tell you that if you add that particular color corresponding to this existing color, then this new one over here is the color that you're going to get. That's the third color. So this color plus color 1 plus color 2 gives you color 3. Likewise here, color 1 plus color 2 will give you color 3. Color 1, color 2 gives you color 3. So this is the use of the outer one. So those are your primary colors. Your secondary colors are basically when you mix your primary colors with each other. So in this really tiny one, it does not help you to understand how to mix your primary colors, but that's all right. Don't worry about that. That's something that you can experiment with. In fact, that's available in a slightly larger size. So here I have a bigger version of it. I'm just going to zoom out and show you. So this is a slightly larger version of the whole thing. Here it's called as the color card. It's called as the color dial. So they're just like different names that they like giving each other. So it tells you a lot of details. First thing is, like I said in the outer, it's the same thing. If you add a red with, orange with yellow, you're going to get a slightly lighter orange. Then you add an orange and a blue, you will get a really dark, almost like a black. And then with a yellow orange, if you add white, then you get like a peach. And with a black, if you add yellow, you're going to get a green. So this in the center over here is your color wheel. So I'll help you to understand. So you have your primary colors over here. This is your yellow, your red and your blue. So this is the primary color. These are the three primary colors. So you mix a red and a these are the three primary colors, because between each primary color you're going to get three other colors. So when you mix a yellow and a red, you're going to get this orange. And when you mix your orange and your red, you're going to get something called as a red orange. You mix your orange and your yellow, then you get something called as a yellow orange. So these are the colors that you would get, and these are called as your secondary colors. So the orange, the green and the violet are your secondary colors, which is what is mentioned over here. So green, violet and orange, they are made by combining two primary colors. So tertiary colors are when you mix a primary and an adjacent color. So when I mix a red and a red orange, when I mix a red and an orange, I would get a red orange. If I mix a yellow and a green, I would get a yellow green. So these are my tertiary colors. Okay, and then there's something called as warm colors. So anything in the color wheel from your yellow to your red, all of these are part of your warm colors. So just think of the sun. Sun gives you warmth, and the colors associated with it are called as warm colors. Cool colors are all of those which are away from it, which is your greens till your purples. So purple or the violet. So all of this is called as the cool colors. So that is what is mentioned over here, and it tells you over here how to use the color dial. You select a colored segment on the outer circle, line it up with one of the colored triangles on the inner circle, and the mixed color segment will line up in the corresponding window. So that's exactly what I was explaining to you before, and that's how you use the color card. So this over here is grayscale. This will basically, anything grayscale is if you add white with black, then you get grayscale, and you can mix it with it to get different shades of colors. And here is the most intense one that you will see. So here is the pure color, and these are called as the complementary colors. So complementary colors, in this wheel, you will not be able to understand the complementary colors. You will only know if I add these primary colors and the neutrals to my color wheel, which is the outside color wheel, what are the other colors that I'm going to get. So that's all you're going to understand with this. But that's pretty good enough. It's a really good study to start off with. This is the advanced version of it, which will help you to understand a lot of different things like what are complementary colors, what are split complementary colors, what are triads, what are tetrads. So there are so many different things in that. So complementary colors are the colors that go very well with each other. So if you're going to be making a painting with a lot of blues, then you introduce a complementary color so that both of them can pop out. So that is what will make your painting beautiful. Split complementary are the ones on the sides. So if your orange and blue are complementary, then the ones adjacent to it are your split complementary, and then the ones which are near that are called as a triad. So the red, yellow and the blue is a triad. So these are three primary colors as well, and that becomes a triad. And tetrads is when it becomes like a rectangle. So you have like these four colors, which are your tetrads. So we're going to see the color relationships. So that's what I told about. I just want to see. So there are so many other details which you can see over here. There's analogous, there's achromatic, color and light, color and distance, complementary, split complementary, and so many different things. So all of this will really help you to understand the color palette that you need to make for your painting. So these colors inside. So that's also something really important. So I'm going to give you a small information about that. These are called as the shades, tones and tints. So what it means is with red, which is the pure color, if I add some white, I'm going to get a tint, which is this color. With red, if I add gray, then I'm going to get a tone. And with red, if I'm going to add a black, I'm going to get a shade. So this is what the inner concentric wheels is going to give us. These are all the tints, these are all the tones, and these are all the shades. So this is a very intense color wheel, which will help you to understand how colors play with each other and how you can use these in your paintings. So if you have something like this and you're not sure what to do about it, don't worry, just start off with this side and just start mixing your colors, play with them, make your own color wheel. You don't always have to go back to this. This is just for your basic understanding. You don't really need to use this all the time. I would highly in fact recommend you to create your own color wheels, create your color cards. First make your basic color wheel and then make your complementary set, then make one with your secondary and then also with the different grayscale. So grayscale is where you have different values, and like, you know, if you have more whites, if you have more black, then what happens? And then you can start understanding the use of this. So whenever you make a painting, let's say you are making a person and you're going to add some clothes. So if blue is one of the color of the jeans that you're taking, then your top could be an orange. And in case you're taking the blue with white, the tint of it, then the tint over here will go very well with each other. So that's how you can utilize these things. I hope this entire information was useful for you, and this is something that will make you want to create your own color wheels, or if you have your existing one, then use it, create some color palettes, make some combinations, and see what works with you and also what defines you as an artist. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I will see you soon for the next one. Bye bye.